Hello, I'm Mike with Foliage Miniature Painting, and welcome back to a quick tutorial over how to build and paint basic bases. Before I begin, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my social media. I will have Amazon affiliate links to all the material that I use down below. I do get a small kickback at no extra cost to you if you decide to purchase from those links, so it's a great way to support the channel. The first base I'll be making is a very basic one that costs next to nothing to make. It's quick, easy, and quite versatile. I'll start by spreading some PVA glue mixed with water onto the base and dip it in some sand. I will also glue a couple of aquarium rocks onto the base as well. Once it's dry, I'll apply some black primer with an airbrush. You can paint this onto the base with a paintbrush, but you have to be careful not to loosen any of the sand on the base. Once it's primed, I'll apply a loose mixture of Steel Legion drab onto the base in a 1:2 ratio. There's no need to be neat with your paint in any of these steps. The more loose you paint this, the more organic it'll look. I also painted a bit of gray onto the rocks. After I'm done base coating, I'll apply washes to the base as shown here. Once the shade dries, it's time to dry brush. Finally, I'll add a little tuft of grass next to the rocks. To clean up the rim, I'll paint a smooth layer of black all the way around. For the next base, I'll select a resin tree stump from this bag and put it on the base. Instead of using PVA glue here, I'll be using CA glue. I'll also select a flat rock from this bag that I got online. This will give our miniature a raised platform to stand on. I'll use P3's mixing medium to use as a glue for some Army Painter Battlefield snow, which will act as dirt on the space. Personally, I think this finer snow will scale better to a miniature and read more as sand rather than the actual sand from the last base, which scales more towards gravel. I'll add a small cluster of rocks to the side of the stump. Next, I'll prime the space once the glue dries. Just like the previous base, I'll apply a loose mixture of Steel Legion drab to the dirt. I'll then add some Storm Vermin fur to the rocks. Next, I'll base coat the stump with dryad bark. To add some variation of color to the rock, I'll also apply some resurrection flesh. Using the same methods as the first base, I'll apply some wash. The same thing goes with dry brushing. At this point the base looks pretty bare, so let's add some foliage. Nature varies in color, so feel free to go crazy with different basic materials. Here I'm using some coarse green flock and the same tuft of grass that we used in the previous base. With a bit of natural straw from the Secret Weapon Manager's Wetland Scenery Kit, I'll fold it in half and super glue it to the base. Finally, I'll glue a bit of fine green grass onto the rock. And lastly, I'll paint the rim black. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any suggestions on bases you'd like to see me make, please leave a comment down below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, be sure to follow me on my social media list on the screen. A huge thank you goes out to my patrons, Lenore, Andy, Samantha, and Hugh. As always, take care and happy painting.